Marshawn back with another video. Former Division I defensive back that likes to break down film. I always introduce myself because I never want to assume you guys know who I am. Today's featured athlete is wide receiver Albert Wilson. He just signed a good deal with the Miami Dolphins, 3 years, $24 million. He finished the season with 42 receptions, 554 receiving yards with 3 touchdowns. I'm very excited to see what he will do in an expanded role. He can play inside and outside wide receiver. Let's check out the film. Empty set, the ball has to come out quick. It's against the cover 3. He's going to run a 10-yard stop route and find the soft spot. As you guys can see, he just sits it down. Now he just becomes an athlete, makes a few defenders miss to get the first down. Trey open versus Harris, man to man. He's going to run a 20-yard back shoulder stop route, but he sits it down in between the hashes. As you guys can see, he does a good job of focusing the ball in for the tough catch. Trips tight versus Langley. He runs an over route. He's going to take an inside release and does a good job of fighting the press jam. Right there, boom. He just does a good job of fighting it, getting his head around and catching the tough pass for a first down. Trey bunch open. Wilson is going to run a 15-yard dig. The play call is a play action. That sucks up the linebackers in the cover 3 where they normally would be on that throw, and Wilson just does a good job of being aware. Bunch close. Wilson is the outside receiver. He's just going to run a bubble. It's man-to-man, so they get the look that they want, 2-on-2 blocking. And now he just catches the ball and gets upfield. This guy is a 4-4 blazer, so don't sleep. Trips open, toss a screen to the left against the man-to-man. Perfect play call. He takes 2 hard steps upfield and then work his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now he sees that crease and he just gets upfield and, just becomes an athlete at that point. Trips open against the inverted cover 1 look. Wilson is going to run a pigtail. He does a good job of selling the drag route, and now he just works his way outside and get the first down. The same exact formation, just flopped to the right side of the field. Wilson does a good job of selling the drag and then just doing a pigtail. This is a perfect play call against aggressive corners. 11 personnel, twins open, matched up against TJ, man-to-man. He's just going to run a wheel route. He tries to sell the out and up, but by the angle he took, you knew that it was a go ball, and a hell of a catch. The back view, you guys can see this was probably SportsCenter top 10 catches of the year. Look at that, and he got 2 feet in at the same time. Bunch tight, outside receiver against the cover 1 man-to-man. He runs a shallow route. This is a perfect rub in a man-to-man concept as well. Trey open. Wilson is going to run the skinny post against the 3 deep cover 2 look. The safety has to split the number 1 receiver and the deepest threat. In this case, he does a good job of covering his range, but he didn't get the pick. And sometimes when you get the PBU, other teams get the deflection. And Wilson was the recipient of it this time. Bunch tight, Wilson is the point man. The Redskins are playing a combo coverage, 1 on one side and 1 on the other. Usually when you do that, the middle of the field is wide open. And as you guys can see, Wilson just does a good job of finding the soft spot in the zone. Stagger trips open. Wilson, he's going to run a 5-yard in. It's against the cover 3, but it turns into a scramble drill. And now you're just pretty much trying to find open room and make a play. Wide receivers usually do this drill every day in RVAs, routes versus air, and Wilson just does a good job of bringing it in. Hawk right with Wilson at the H-back. Usually this is Kelsey doing this. This is just a midline read shovel pass. This is a perfect man-to-man beater, and the Chiefs did just that. Empty set, toss a smoke screen to the left. Wilson just does a good job of catching it, looking the ball in, and finding the alley to get the first down. Trey open. Wilson is going to run a stop route at the bottom of the numbers. The coverage is cover 6. The quarterback usually read the nickel. If the nickel turn his hips to the number 1 receiver, this is just an easy check down. And usually when you check down, most of the time you get first downs. And last but not least, bunch tight. Wilson is running the shallow route. It's against the cover 2, so he has to be smart and sit it down and just make the catch and just try to get as much as you can while you can. And there you guys have it. Wide receiver Albert Wilson, the new wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins definitely wanted to target a speedy receiver in the free agency, and they did that with the subtraction of Landry going to the Browns. I'm excited to see what he can do in an expanded role. He never had that chance in Kansas City, but first time for everything, right? Follow me on all of my social media platforms: Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. If you need work done, get at me, tcgproductions@yahoo.com. And if you like my dope ass content, subscribe because it's free.